Greetings, Local 163 family. My name is John Carter, co-chair of the Education Committee, and I'm also a part of our award-winning newsletter committee. I want to welcome everyone to our broadcast, and when I say everyone, I mean the membership. Antillean, Continental, Detroit Axle, Detroit Diesel, JLL, Oakwood, Purim, and the GM Romulus Propulsion System. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone about our car and motorcycle show this Sunday from 12 to 3 p.m. at the local. Also, next Saturday, the 20th, the Chaplaincy Committee will be having their annual fellowship breakfast with the speaker Jason Thompson from Detroit Axle. And if you want tickets to that event, you can contact anyone from the Chaplaincy Committee, Jamal, Rhonda, Jason, Ernie, Alfreda, and Shirley Davenport. And that event is from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the local on September 20th. And the last thing we got going on at Local 163 is the Education Committee is holding classes on September 27th from 11 to 1. Money Matters classes kind of help you budget, plan for retirement, just making sure our membership is prepared for anything life throws its way. And so today, I have with me Daryl Stevens, our UAW Joint Training Rep, and our UAW GM Tuition Assistance Rep. Before we talk about it, Daryl, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, I'm Daryl Stevens. I am your Joint Training Rep, UAW Joint Training Rep at Romulus Propulsion, GPS. I have 41 years seniority, and that's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Yes, it is.
Seniority is everything. And I'm here today to just answer a few questions and give you some information about the benefits that our international union has negotiated for us and how to access them, how much they are, who's eligible to take advantage of them, and to let you know where to get the information and give you my phone number in case you need to have, or you have any questions, or you can't get anything answered. So that's a little bit about me.
All right, well, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
First of all, who is eligible?
Any full-time, part-time, or full-time temp, any employee or that has 90 days, if you've acquired 90 days seniority, you're eligible for the tuition assistance program.
Okay. And just to I'm going to keep reminding people of this throughout that we're talking about General Motors.
Yes.
We're talking about GM.
Not diesel, right?
Or Axle.
Or anybody, right. Or JLL, as far as that goes. Right,
we're talking about General Motors.
Yes.
So that's who's eligible. So how much do we get?
We get a lot. For degree programs, we get up to $8,000 a year. For job-related classes, we can get up to $4,000 a year. For personal enhancement, we can get up to $1,500 a year. And for our dependent scholarship program, there's another $1,600, but we'll get into that a little bit later, I'm sure. But those are the benefits that we're eligible to tap into.
And so the first numbers you gave, excluding the $1,600 number, that is for
each individual,
the members,
eligible individual.
Right.
Absolutely.
We don't want to confuse that.
No, we don't.
Okay.
But I want you to know that there are some benefits that's out there, and like I said, we will get to them.
And so hypothetically, I'm a worker on the floor. Mm-hmm. I got my 90 days in.
Okay. And you're full-time.
I'm full-time.
Full-time temp or
a traditional employee.
Yes.
I want to take a Spanish class.
Okay. That would be probably classified as personal enhancement.
So what's the first thing I need to do?
You need to find out or to get this package. If you've never signed into EdAssist or Bright Horizons, you need to go to this website. And you first-time users, you need to look at this real carefully and sign in using UAW GM, all cap letters, as your username. And then you need to use the password benefits for you. After that, you'll go in, create your own username and password, and then you have to remember it, okay? So that you can access it again. And then it will let you know, according to your GMIN number, what you're eligible for in that year.
Okay. So I go in there, create my password,
Yes.
and I can see what I'm eligible for.
Yes, you can.
Now, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but will my son, my daughter, or whatever, whoever my beneficiaries are, will they be on there for that?
In order for them to be eligible to access, for you to access the reimbursement for dependent scholarship, yes, they have to be a dependent in fidelity first.
Okay.
Okay. So long as they're a dependent. And what is a dependent? That's somebody that is a dependent of yours, 26 years or younger, unmarried, okay, and enrolled in a degree program.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I go in there, create my password, see what I'm eligible for. And is it easy for me to find my school, put all of that information in? Is it someone that can help me, or is it pretty self-explanatory?
It's pretty self-explanatory, but it's not all inclusive. And schools can be added in if you don't see them, if they're qualified and accredited, okay? And so the first thing to do is go in and search and see if you can find it. If you can't, use your resources. My number is 734-351-2537. If you have any issues, you can call me basically at any time, but remember I do work day shift. But usually I'm at work generally from 4 o'clock in the morning to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can get a hold of me if you have any issues, and we can help get you straightened out. There's also a place to put in a support ticket inside if you run into some issues also, okay, so that the administrators of the program can give you some answers.
So we don't only have a support
And locally,
of you, our
yes.
joint training rep, we have support on the Bright House
Yes.
site, Ed Assist site also.
Yes, you
So
can put in a support ticket.
resources.
Two
to
resources,
help you.
absolutely.
So I go in, my password, put my school in. How do I get my money? Do I just, bam, they said I get the bread and I go pay for how does that work?
First, you would get a letter of credit if you have up to 90 days before the class starts, up to the day the class starts, to enroll and say, I'm in a degree program, here's the school, I want to know if I'm eligible to get paid for before I go into this class, and they'll give you a letter of credit.
Okay, so I got ahead of myself.
Yes.
The time frame.
Yes, the time frame.
When I apply, how soon do I have to apply before this class? What's the time frame? If my class starts?
Yes, for TAP, tuition assistance, it's 90 days before the class starts up to the day the class starts.
Okay.
After the class ends, okay, this is very important. After the class ends, you have 60 days in order to prove that you passed the class, all right, and with a grade above 1.0. All right, and that will allow them, and then the school has to apply for the reimbursement.
Okay.
So they will take that letter of credit and they'll take the number off of it, and they'll send it to Bright Horizons or Ed Assist.
Okay.
And then they'll pay for the class.
So if I do everything right, nothing's coming out of my pocket.
Nothing's coming out of your pocket up to the amount of money that you can get in a contract time. Right.
Correct.
Right.
And that's right. Only during this contract we're eligible for those amounts, or is it just the duration of the contract, or is it a year?
Every 4 years, we renegotiate our contract. That takes everything off the table at the last year of the contract.
Okay.
So the last year, one other little caveat, let's say. You have $8,000 that you can access, right? Mm-hmm. You can also borrow another $1,000 out of the money that you got coming ahead of time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can get up to $9,000.
Okay.
But you can't get that extra money from that next year okay, until, except for the last year of the contract. Last year of the contract, you can't do that.
Okay.
Again, because we don't know what we're going to
about-
negotiate or what
right.
we'll be eligible for.
Right.
So, yeah. And again, I'm going to suggest that everyone get this 10-page packet because there's a lot of information in there.
Right.
If you don't have one or you want to get one, you can get it from myself in the training center, in the training building, or you can ask your committee person, all right? Or sometimes up by the Union Work Center, there will be some extra packets up there too of all the information, the short one and the long one. Because here's a little trifold that also explains the entire program because it's also eligible for laid off or inactive workers, okay? And they have a different amount of money that they're able to access depending on your seniority.
And there's a lot of details in this that we may not cover. So I strongly suggest you take Daryl's recommendation and
Get the information.
pick up one of these packets. We just kind of given a brief overview, throwing out some scenarios. So one scenario that just kind of popped in my mind.
Sure.
What if I do all of this and I fail the class?
Okay. If you fail the class, that class will not be paid for.
So then
Number one.
I have to pay for it?
You will be responsible for paying for that class.
Okay.
The other thing is you probably won't be eligible to take the next class, all right?
Using this program.
Using this program or accessing your benefits, because what will happen is they will say that you didn't complete the last class that you took. You didn't complete the circle, right? So now we're going to request that you pay for one out of your pocket to prove to the program that you are serious about taking these classes and not wasting the money. And as a penalty, and after you pass a class, then we'll reinstate your benefits.
Okay. Now, is it like a possibility they're going to reinstate it, or that's a for sure thing?
That's a for sure thing. If you
Okay.
take one class and you show that you've done something,
You're willing to pay for
you're
it.
willing to pay for it out of your pocket, right?
Okay.
Right, because they don't want to, you know what I mean.
So it sounds like the UAW really negotiated a good tuition assistance program for the
Excellent
members.
one. And I encourage everyone to take advantage of these benefits so that you don't have to entirely depend on General Motors. You can advance your own career outside of General Motors and have something to back you up in case in the future, if anything happens. You know, this is a cylindrical business.
And what about books? You know, I'm a traditional employee taking a class. Does this cover any of my books?
It will cover some of your books, and it will come out of your $8,000. And you do have to pay for the books first. And after you complete the class, you have to apply for a reimbursement for your books.
Okay.
And you have to use the syllabus of the class in order to prove that that book was specifically for that class.
Okay.
So they need to see the syllabus.
Okay.
But yes, they will reimburse for books.
So I take the class, I pass it, I send them proof that I passed the class, and
Yes.
I'm good to go for the
Within
next
60
class.
days.
Within 60 days of completing the class.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's hit another lane. My daughter, my son, they're going to college. How do I start? Same way with the
Same
password?
way with Ed Assist and your own password if you've accessed the website once. If you haven't, you got to use the beginning access code, which is UAW GM as a username and benefits for you as the password. Now, once you create your own username and password, then you can access the dependent scholarship program as long as you have 90 days again, okay? And your eligibility will be there, and you'll have up to $1,600 to access per child per year.
Okay, so I find my child in there.
Yeah.
The school search process is similar.
Yes.
I put their information in. They send me the $1,600.
No,
What do
they
I
don't.
have? What do I have to?
Now what you have is you have a different timetable. Now you have 30 days before the class starts for you to pick a class that you would requesting to be reimbursed for. Okay. And you have to pay for the class out of pocket. All right. Show proof that you paid for the class. Enroll the class, state the class that you want to be reimbursed for. And then 30 days after that class is ended, prove that they passed the class, prove that you paid for it, and prove that your dependent was eligible.
Okay.
And then you'll be reimbursed up to 90 days after that class is over because they pay off in quarters.
Okay. Okay. So the difference in this program, one of the biggest differences that I want everybody to
Please
pay attention to
Please
is
pay attention.
reimbursement.
Yes.
So for the dependents, you have to pay first,
Yes.
send in the information,
Yes.
then you get reimbursed.
And with the TAP program, you are actually getting a letter of credit when you go into the classes that you registered for and they're prepaid for.
And with the
Or at least that's proof that they will be paid for when you pass the class.
dependent program, you pay up front.
You're paying up front. It is a direct reimbursement.
Right, okay. Then you send in the information.
30 days before the class starts to pick the class and register it as you wanting to be reimbursed. That individual has to pass that class. 30 days after they complete the class, you have to show proof that they passed it, proof that you paid for it, and proof that that's your dependent.
Okay. All right. So with the dependents, do I have to send in the schedule and all of that beforehand, or do I just have to start the application process?
You have to start the application process and choose the class that you want to be reimbursed for.
Okay.
So please pick a class that you know that they will pass.
So no documentation.
Don't pick biological engineering.
so no documentation up front.
Yeah.
Necessarily, just start the process. At least get the application.
Get the
process
application
started.
going. Yes.
Okay.
Make sure that they're eligible for it and that it's approved, because they will tell you right away if it's approved or not.
Okay. And I gotta ask this too. I mean, all of our children are smart, but
Yes.
what if they don't pass?
They don't get reimbursed.
Okay. And that's $1,600. That's
Yeah,
all that child get a year.
That's all each individual child gets per year.
Okay.
You can use it in the beginning of the year, the middle of the year, or the end of the year, but totally $600 per child. So if you got 10 children, 10 times 16, $16,000.
Yeah, let's not leave that money on the table.
Let's not leave it on the table. Take advantage of it. It's been negotiated for you.
And so, so kind of towards the end of this, what can the members do to help themselves make this a smooth process? Or what can they do to help you help them? Somebody come to you to help go through this process. What can they do to help you make this easier for them?
I will start this off again. Please get the information. Here is your TAP information. You can get the trifold, which gives you the general overview. And this is the 10-page packet that has all the information in it, which is what we're trying to share with you right now. But it has the minute details that you need to go over. If you have any questions, again, my number is on here. You can reach out and touch me. And if I don't have an answer for you, I will get it. I promise.
And this is just in time for school.
Just in time for school. Yeah. 30 days before the class starts, up to the day of the class starting for your dependents. There's a pamphlet for the dependents. Please get this one. All right? And it will explain all of the benefits.
And one last thing I want to ask, because I can't remember if we covered it. If I'm a temp, I have to have at least 90 days.
If you're a full-time temp.
If I'm a full-time temp, I have to have 90 days.
That means you're working 40 hours, right?
Not 32.
Not the 32, not a part-time temp. And ARCs are also, they're already GM employees. Right. So they're eligible too.
So the key word is
full-time temp. Full-time.
Okay. All right, Daryl, I think we did a pretty good overview of this.
Yeah.
Answered a lot of questions for the membership. This should help out a lot.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people ask you questions on the fly.
Yes, they do.
But the best thing to do is come talk to you, get a clear understanding of what they need, and you'll definitely aim them in the right direction.
Absolutely. Or take care of it, or make sure that it gets taken care of. And again, my number, 734-351-2537. Thank you.
All right. Solidarity.
Absolutely.